Come on now. There it goes. Sorry about that. Now we'll get going.
Let's see, these are what the matriarch had in the crane.
Terrain is too rough.
Oh, this is bad.
Charging
This is
up.
what Mass Effect is like. It's just enemies just charging at you and there being absolutely nothing you can do about it.
See, these are what the matriarch had in the crates. Shutting it down.
Better now.
See, that Garrus died before he'd even revived. Just a silly, silly game, Mass Effect 1. What the? Back off. Sometimes all you can do is just keep replaying it and replaying it and replaying it until it decides to let you win.
Let's see, these are what the matriarch had in the crates.
What are you doing, Garrus? Jesus. There we go. time for a Mako driving sequence. Yay! Read the sarcasm in my voice. I am not excited. There are many reasons that Mass Effect 1 is a game that has not aged well. The Mako is one of the big ones. Oh my god, you just blow up. See, because of the way the Mako is designed, since I'm on an incline going up, I can't actually hit this guy because all my bullets just go over his head. The Mako is a terrible, 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 terrible thing. Mass Effect is what happens when a company that doesn't know how to make a shooter makes a shooter. Oh my gosh, are you kidding? And then just for reasons that are beyond me, they made it so that way the shields on the Mako restore very, 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 very slowly. So it's actually faster for me to just keep trying to do it this way than to actually take it slowly and wait for my shields to regenerate. See, watch my shield meter. Watch how quickly it refills. Still waiting. Still waiting. Still waiting. Hey, there's a tiny little bit of it. And that's 1 bar. That's about 1/10 full now. This is a shield-based, cover-based shooter, and that's how fast the shields on your vehicle recover. I could just go on at length all day about why the Mako is the worst thing in Mass Effect, all 3 of them. And there are some people that really like the Mako. These people are deranged. They enjoy being tortured. Either that or they're not playing on the hardest difficulty level. It's very easy to dismiss something as not that bad when you're playing on easy. Oh, come on. Now if you watch, my personal shields actually recover fairly quickly. See? A little slow. Not as fast as it really probably should be, but not unbearable. Not like the damn Mako where you have to sit still for 10 minutes to get your shields back. You see how stupid that was? That I had to clear that tunnel on foot because the Mako is a liability and a mission that it's designed for? Isn't that stupid? I cannot stand the Mako. But hey, at least when I get back there, my shields will have recovered. And if my shields aren't recovered, I'm gonna make a noise that will be very unpleasant. Hello, Mako, you worthless piece of shit. Can't fire at what I aim at, can't take hits, can't dodge hits. But at least you can drive up a hill. Oh look, another tunnel. I'm just gonna preempt this and just do it on foot right now. Come on. There we go. Okay, I think this is the end of this stupid Mako driving sequence. Yeah, that's a Krogan. Crap, this could be a problem. Oh, that's a problem. Well, now I know it's there. I'll be ready for it this time. Thanks for all the great loot. That's the biggest problem with this game, is it's like an uphill struggle against all the bad loot it gives you until you can buy good loot at the end of the game, because dropped loot in this game is garbage. Like, almost without exception. Still the best gun I have I got in the first mission, and I had to talk somebody into giving it to me. Bye, Liara. Been nice knowing you. Oh, this game is just such utter bullshit sometimes. Most of the time, really. I'm only suffering through it because I want to do the whole trilogy back to back. Most of the time, I just play Mass Effect 2 and 3 anymore, because Mass Effect 1 is just... it's not a good game. It's not. Oh, geez, there's two in here.
I'm on it. Unloaded.
Hey, you want to do that thing I told you to do? That'd be great. No, you're just gonna stand there? Okay.
I'm on it.
Jeez, how many Krogan do they got in here? This guy's AI is completely broken, which is fine by me. Let's do this till he dies. And Liara is just ignoring every instruction I give her. Which is, you know, real helpful in a game like this. Hey, she finally did something. Thanks very much. This is Mass Effect. It's not a good game. It's really not. Really, if you've never played Mass Effect before and you're looking to get into it, there's nothing in the first Mass Effect that's really necessary. It just sets up the galaxy and gives you information about like all the races and everything that live in it. As a game, it's not good. As the story it tells, it's not necessary to what happens in Mass Effect 2 and 3. If you want to play Mass Effect, skip to Mass Effect 2.
They're in my sights.
On my line of sight.
Please don't just stand there and get shot. Never mind.
Target inside.
Hey, this situation looks familiar.
It's nothing serious.
Hell, Liara's down. I'm screwed. Liara's got all my crowd control. And I got this guy who just charges at you until he can one-hit you when he gets within melee range.
Locked and loaded.
Yay!
User alert. All Peak 15 facilities have suffered a great deal of damage. Biohazard materials present throughout facility. Virtual intelligence user interface offline.
We'll need to get the reactors back online.
Why are the teams acting the wrong way?
They want to keep their people as much as they want to keep others out.
Oh.
Animals, wind, this place is in bad shape.
Hello. The hell happened to Liara? Something got her. Whoa, hello. Alright. We need Liara. Tech skills aren't much help against these guys.
Xenobiology is not my field. Maybe someone in the labs knows.
Those were the Rachni, and the Rachni are pretty cool, actually. Part of the reason I'm probably having so much problems is I've not been upgrading my armor like I should have been.
Critical startup error. Virtual intelligence user interface offline. Manual boot required.
So I'm going to start putting some points into my tactical armor skills. That'll probably help me out. Now this is cool. This is one of the things Mass Effect does better than Mass Effect 2 and 3. Is puzzles like this. I don't want to waste that much Omnigel, so I'll just do this puzzle.
It looks like you're trying to restore this facility. Would you like help?
How do I shut this thing up?
This system is monitored to respond to the name Mira. May I ask your name?
Commander Shepard, I work for the Citadel's Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
One moment, please. Council authority confirmed. You are entitled to secure access of all systems. Please note that queries relating to corporate secrets require privileged access. Privileged access is only available to Binary Helix executives. This system is ready to process queries. You may access me at any holographic interface within Peak 15.
I need to find Matriarch Benezia.
Lady Benezia departed on the passenger tramway to the Rift Station subsidiary labs. User alert. The tramway system is currently inoperable.
What's the situation here?
One moment, please. Diagnostics in progress. Critical failure. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. Critical failure. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger tram systems are offline. Report complete. Do you have an additional system status query?
Do you know why the reactor was shut down?
I'm sorry, but I was offline at the time. Shutdown could occur if reactor breach seems likely, or in the case of catastrophic laboratory containment failure. Emergency guidelines suggest the frigid environment will kill biological contagions. It may also damage mechanical ones.
Turn off the heat and hope the cold puts whatever you have unleashed to sleep.
What do I need to do to get the power back on?
The valves to the helium-3 fuel line must be opened. This can be done at the controls on the reactor assembly proper.
What are the landlines and why are they disabled?
The landlines connect my mainframes here at Central Station to the various sub-facilities of Peak 15. This allows the crew to remotely access my databases from the comfort and security of their labs. When emergency protocols were implemented within the hot labs, the cabling was automatically ejected.
How do I reconnect the landlines?
The landlines are designed for easy reconnection. The router for the landlines is on the roof of operations. Simply activate the controls and the hardware will reconnect and reboot automatically.
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more specific query.
Tell me what occurred immediately before you shut down.
Stage 1 alert issued at Hot Labs. Contaminants released from Laboratory Pod Gamma. Emergency protocols implemented. Stage 2 alert issued at Hot Labs. Isolation 2 breached. Tram shut down. Landline to Hot Labs disconnected. Stage 3 alert issued locally. Contaminants in tram tunnels. Station shutdown and evacuation initiated. Code Omega sent.
What sort of contaminants escaped?
I'm sorry, Commander. Inquiries related to our research require privileged access. Only executives of Binary Helix have that level of
Yeah,
clearance.
screw you too.
The creatures we've encountered here, did they come from the labs?
I'm sorry, Commander. Inquiries related to our research require privileged access. Only executives of Binary Helix have that level of clearance.
Why were you taken offline?
In the event, Peak 15 must be sterilized for security purposes. My program and data are purged.
They kill you if something goes wrong?
My systems are permanently disabled. To be killed, I would need to be alive. I am merely a database
Alright, see ya.
program.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out. User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. Now exiting to the roof. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Oh boy. Holy crap, what was all that?
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Oh, this is exciting.
Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Dang.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Now exiting to the roof. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
What is this crap? Dang it. This is a predicament I'm in.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures.
Why are you picking on me? Oh god. Wish I could just get a decent gun. This game becomes so easy, but it just... This game also refuses to give you a decent gun until you're like 30 hours into it.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures.
Target.
Oh god, how many of those little exploding bastards are there? Come on, go through the little hole, please.
Reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Hey, finally, a better pistol. That only took 8 hours to find. Oh wow, give me lots of better equipment. Okay, let's give that a try. See if that makes a difference.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency.
Shoot.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Come on, come on, come on.
User alert. Landline connections are disabled.
Oh,
Passenger trams
come
are
on.
offline. User alert.
Oh, Yara, come on. Don't face tank him, you can't do that.
Containment procedures. Manual restart required. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
See, this is Mass Effect. It's a cover-based shooter where cover is completely worthless.
User alert.
Oh. And the game just froze. No, better yet, the whole console just froze. Why am I torturing myself with this? I sat down a few weeks ago and said, you know, I want to replay the whole Mass Effect trilogy. I haven't done that in a long time. That should be fun. What I forgot is that Mass Effect 1 is not fun. It's a chore. Because it's not well made. It's a third-person shooter made by a company that, up until that point, had made KOTOR. Yeah. I love Mass Effect 2, I love Mass Effect 3. They're great shooters. They're not the best shooters, but they are great shooters. Mass Effect 1 is not a great shooter. Oh.
User alert. Main. Over there.
Oh, you bastard. Lots of cover-based shooters have like melee enemies that can run at you, and if you don't kill them before they get to you, then they one hit hit you. That's fine. That happens in a lot of cover-based shooters. It's a good mechanic. It's not a good mechanic when the game is specifically designed so that way you can't actually kill those things because they have so many hit points and you've got crappy guns. Mass Effect 1 is the only third-person shooter I've ever played where that happens.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Like, yeah, even in Mass Effect 2, when the Varens start showing up, you can kill them before they reach you. That is possible. It's not like in this game where you got the Rachni, or even the Krogan, who can just walk right up to you and smack you once and you're dead, and that's it. Game over. Are you kidding me? A weapon overheat on the last one, on the last shot. Fuck you too, game. Fuck you too. Oh, and their attacks ignore shields too. That's wonderful. Hadn't noticed that before. Come on, let's go. There's supposed to be 4 of you. Follow me.
Mission slowed down.
reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
It's almost like a survival horror game, except it's not a survival horror game. Oh, jeez.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
There we go.
User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
It's a good feeling getting through something like that that's got you this stuck for that long.
Connections restored. Processing new data. User alert. Unable to connect to hot lab facilities.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out. User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Oh, shoot. Please don't die here. I haven't saved yet.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. Now entering main reactor. User alert. User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Should be some Geth down here, which I can handle. Oh shoot.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
What are you shooting at?
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Yes, that's it. Just stand there while I kill you. Very good.
The AG3 fuel line's cut.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual re-
Oh. Oh boy. Why are you shooting me in the back?
entering decontamination and transit hub. User alert. Loose contaminants in the decontamination chamber. Access to passenger tramways inadvisable.
They're locked in.
The door could be finessed. It appears that the trams to the subsidiary stations are beyond it.
Control group, loosen them. They're in... Can't escape. The tunnels now. We're sorry. The leads couldn't get to the struck. Get out while you can.
He killed himself because he was part of whatever happened here?
He must have felt there was no hope of surviving, that killing himself would be easier.
Whoa! That didn't go to plan. Jesus.
Now entering decontamination and transit hub. User alert. Loose contaminants in the decontamination chamber. Access to passenger tramways inadvisable.
They're locked in.
The door could be
Control group, loosen them. They're in... Can't escape. The tunnels now. We're sorry.
I'm so fed up with this weapon overheat mechanic.
Departing Central Station. Destination, Rift Station. Now arriving at Rift Station, Binary Helix Research Facility.
I think this is an emergency. You can let me use it. Oh, another elevator. So we went to an elevator, to a tram, to an elevator. Oh.
Stand down. Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
I'd only be upset if they'd fired.
Even hopped up on stems, my people know the rule. 2 legs good, 4 legs bad. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
My name's Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Huh. I won't look a heavily on horse in the mouth. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all there anymore. The first we knew, the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
I'm packing fire and steel. They want to fight with claws and teeth, it's their funeral.
You got my support. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
I'm not gonna let any of your people die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians.
There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. Can take you down to the hot labs.
Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
How are your people holding up?
We weren't expecting the initial wave. They made it inside. We lost some good people. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept order by long shifts and stems. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
I need to know more about the situation in the hot labs.
The facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
Did the aliens come from inside the facility, or did they attack from the outside?
You want my personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
Tell me about the structure of the hot labs.
It's built into one of the glaciers further down the mountain. Real old, thick, stable one. Something goes wrong, they heat it up and sink it into the ice. Normally, the crew gets to the labs using a tram from Central Station. We've got an elevator that connects directly, but it's for emergency use only.
Listen. I'm not sending my people down there. It's too dangerous. You understand?
What can you tell me about the aliens?
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
Tell me about Rift Station.
I can't talk about everything. What do you need to know?
What kind of research is done here?
Beats me. I'm not supposed to know. So long as people don't start dying, it's not my problem.
Tell me about the defenses here.
Secure enough that you shouldn't poke in corners.
I was just impressed with your operation. Being able to weather a week of assaults is no mean feat.
Only the best get assigned to high-security facilities like this. What impresses me most is the turrets, alarms, and cameras. They're all routed through a central location out by the quarantine labs. One guy can lock down the whole facility. The security hub's the last logical fallback, and we'd have cover from the turrets all the way.
You're certain the matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell! Man the perimeter!
Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
Maybe they have a good reason. No, they don't. They don't have a good reason. They're just stupid. They keep doing it because they're stupid. As we will find out shortly.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
The Krogan wiped them out 1,000 years ago.
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane.
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
I heard you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Dr. Zonmua. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
You think I want absolution? There is none.
I'll be leaving now.
Sounds pretty sane to me.
Okay, gotta keep the mood light. I mean, if you don't laugh...
You're not part of the crew.
Call me Shepard. I'm a Spectre sent by the Citadel.
There aren't any human specters. Look, Plague doesn't care who you are. This lab is under quarantine.
Guess I came here a little too early.
Where did they come from? Were they in the lab? Security areas.
I question why there's a weapons locker and a living quarter, but then look at what happened, so properly paranoid?
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively, I am concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days, for now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventrellis.
After a while, you start getting weapon upgrades that increase your heat absorption so you can fire indefinitely, which helps a lot. But I'm not deep enough into the game for those to start dropping yet. I try not to worry too much about the weapons that my partners have because they're kind of idiots, and if I gave them the best guns in the game, they still wouldn't use them very well, so I pretty much keep them around to use their special abilities. Other than that, I don't worry about it too much. Hey, that's a good biotic amp.
Relieved. It's pleasant to see.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully.
Yay! I think once I finish up here, I'll be able to go back to the Citadel and buy one of the good guns that actually makes this game possible to beat without beating your head against it until it lets you in.
Science pubis. Bug out. Die. Bug out.
Hang on. What do you want?
I didn't mean to bother you.
No, you did nothing wrong. I'm just distracted.
What happened to these people?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
And I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. You know Mira, the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature. But there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
It doesn't matter how safe you make it. Biological weapons are illegal.
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
You made this, but can't cure it. Don't you people take notes?
Our first priority was getting it working. We were close to synthesizing an antidote when Mira went down. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
Is he right to keep people out?
No, the toxin has a brief period of viability. After that, it breaks down into simple protein chains. But he won't listen to me.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
How's the science team holding up?
Better than Ventralis' guards. They've been on alert since the first attack. I've been administering stims at their request. But every species needs to sleep. They're getting twitchy, irrational.
Are you the doctor here?
I'm a doctor, but not the doctor. My specialty is microbiology, not first aid. We had a medic, Dr. Salah, but we lost him. The automatics can handle basic treatment. Mira runs them.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
I'll work on it.
What? No! Sorry. I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Yeah, is there something you need?
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain. None of us have had enough sleep since the attack. Of course, not all of us have guns.
I'm looking for an Asari.
Asari? Well, there's Dr. Ialis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing. I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
Is he in the medical ward?
No, he's staying in the science team's quarters. Be gentle with him. He had a trying experience.
What do you do here?
I'm a toxicologist. I can't talk about my work. Not that I'm doing anything since the accident.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
What?
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the matriarch.
Then why would I?
You're a member of the science teams.
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
Yeah, that's a bit technical for me.
I am very good at tracking inherited variations in genetic sequences. I'm sure you would find it quite dull.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Alestia Ialis from the University of Arraeus. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
Did I interrupt something?
I was meditating. I suppose to a species as brash as yours, it would appear to be inattention.
You seem less upset about this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
That's all for now.
Wow.
Then
So much of this seems kind of pointless. Couple NPCs that seem to do nothing. I'm gonna hold out hope that there's a quest involving them or something.
Something you need?
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but
We can't risk contamination now.
We're not part of your defense plans. We're consuming extra rations, extra metagel.
yeah, but you also have extra guns. All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Those are reasonable precautions.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
What do you want?
I have Ventralis' permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
Ugh, don't be so dramatic. Wow, that was hard.
Your mission ends
there we go.
here, Shepard.
Ambush.
What happened to Ventralis' man?
I didn't have permission to come in. He got in my way. I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
Ah, great. Well, that explains the Asari character just standing around doing nothing. Sucks to be you.
They came out of there.
You mean the inorganics the Asari had with her?
Venezia brought them with her.
How can I get into the maintenance area?
A team lead would have access. Like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Come on, activate the elevator. Thank you.
Is that the cure? You did it?
That Asari scientist, the one in the mess hall? She just tried to kill us.
Alestia? That's unbelievable. I don't know much about her. She arrived a month ago. One of the shareholders pulled strings to get her here.
Let me guess. Saren the Spectre.
Yes. I think that was the name. I don't pay attention to the other research teams. Look, the guards, they've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
What about the maintenance area? Do you have access to that?
The maintenance area? Yes. Take my pass. But there's just snow back there.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough that... Oh, God, what a cliché. You saved their lives, do you know that?
Could you spare a few medical packs? They're worth their weight in gold up here.
You didn't get these from me. Ventrollis wanted them saved for his people. I need to administer this. Thanks again.
I didn't know Alliance basic training included bio... biochemistry.
Warning. Watchdog protocol is
Alright,
active.
alright. I'm not going. Chill out. That is what's nice about the way Mass Effect 1 is designed. It doesn't show up so much in Mass Effect 2 and 3, is there is more than one way to get through each area. So by doing this side quest, I gain access to an alternate way into the hot labs. Whereas before, it was telling me, oh, just go down the elevator, go through the front door, it's fine. Yeah, that wouldn't end fine. And then there's also that alternate back door, but if you go through that back door, you get caught. Or you can just go through here and properly sneak through.
Watchdog protocol is active.
I think that's the other back door that you get caught if you go through. I think. I really don't remember at this point. And I believe this is a boss fight that's a complete pain in the ass. Yes, it is. This is the room.
You do not know the privilege of being a mother. There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
Liara's here because she wants to be, not because I asked her to.
Indeed. What have you told her about me, Liara?
What could I say, Mother? That you're insane? Evil? Should I explain how to kill you? What could I say?
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
I can't believe you'd kill your own daughter.
I now realize I should have been stricter with her.
Oh, this is gonna suck. Get over here. Get over here before you die. Or just stay there till you die, whatever. And these are the Geth snipers that can kill you in one. Hello! Okay, that was cool. You see what I mean? This is the cover-based shooter where cover is completely worthless. Because enemies don't use cover. They just run at you and throw themselves at you until they kill you.
You do not hurt. I won't be moved by sympathy.
Liara's here because
Indeed.
What could I say, Mother?
Have you faced
You won't look so smug.
Can we get going, please? Come on, stand up, let me move. Wow.
You do not know her. I won't be moved by sympathy.
Liara's here.
Indeed.
What could I say, Mother?
Have you
You won't look so smug.
Oh, come on.
Park it up.
What the hell? Oh, screw this game. Screw it. This game can go to hell. Ugh. Come on, stand up and move. Absolutely ridiculous. And just run at me. Point blank range. No. Oh, come on. Oh, shoot. Come on, come on. Stand up, please. Let me do something. Wow, this is bullshit. Maybe if my guys could stay alive for 5 seconds, this would be possible.
You do not. I won't be moved by sympathy.
Liara's here.
Indeed. What could I say, Mother?
Have you?
You won't look so.
Seen this. Can we go?
Shutting them down.
What the hell? Oh.
I've lost contact.
This is a bad game.
You do. I won't be moved by sympathy.
Liara's here because
Indeed. What could I say, Mother?
Have you?
Why are they blocked? Let me use my companion's abilities. What the hell? I sit through this damn conversation every time, watch the same cutscenes every time.
I won't be moved by sympathy.
Liara's here.
Indeed. What could I say, Mother?
Because there's not a save after the conversation. No, I gotta save before the conversation. even though it's a boss fight, and, you know, you're probably expected to die a few times on it. But no, you got to go through the conversation every time you want to try, and if you're playing on the hardest difficulty like I am, you're going to be trying a few times, but have fun watching the conversation every time. Bullshit. Oh, come on! I repeat, it's the cover-based shooter where cover is worthless. Because they'll just walk right next to you and just stand there in your face shooting you. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Are you dead yet? Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I won't be moved by sympathy.
Liara's here.
Indeed. What could I say, Mother?
You won't look...
Hostile spotted. Got a shot.
Where did all my life go? Ah.
I won't be moved by sympathy.
Liara's here.
Indeed. What could I say, Mother?
You won't look...
Why is she blocked? Let me do something. Ah, she's blocked. Let me control my own game. Move. And I'm on the ground, can't do anything.
I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
Liara's here.
Indeed. What could I say, Mother?
You won't look so...
What the hell? Why can't I do this anymore?
Not in my line of sight.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I can't go up the stairs now. Yay! This is a badly made game.
I won't be moved by sympathy.
Liara's here.
Indeed. What could I say, Mother?
Air, Jesus.
They're in my sight.
I can't see them.
Yeah, and you're in my way, so I can't move.
I don't have an angle. I've lost contact. Target in sight. I have a shot.
Oh, come on. Come on, let me fire my damn gun.
Goodbye, friend. I thought I was in trouble for a moment.
Oh, there's still a commando up. God damn it. And just run right up to me. Unity's nowhere near ready. Yay. I'm gonna be very unhappy if the sniper kills me. Get rid of those things before they kill me. Oh yes, it's not over. It continues. Okay. Just gotta do this right, and I got this. There we go. God, I hate that fight.
This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
The Rachni didn't cooperate with you. Why should I?
I will not betray him. You will. You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
Why are you able to break free of his control now?
I sealed a part of my mind away from the indoctrination, saving it for a moment when I could help destroy him. It will not last long.
So you could turn on me again?
Yes, but it would not be my will, Shepard. People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
The ship that attacked Eden Prime? I didn't think anything that size could land on a planet.
It has a very powerful Mass Effect drive, but that is not Sovereign's true power. The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is subtle at first. I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
How does something that big go missing?
4,000 years ago, a star nearby went supernova. The shockwave propelled the relay out of its system, but did not damage it. Its precise vector and speed are impossible to determine. As millennia passed, the nebula created by the nova enveloped the relay. It is difficult to find any cold object in interstellar space, particularly something swathed in hot dust and radiation.
Someone on Noveria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the knowledge of their mothers. I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
How did the Rachni find it?
They searched, patiently. They are territorial creatures, driven to close any possible way into their systems.
Why does Saren need the Mu relay?
He believes it will lead him to the conduit. I would tell you more if I could, but Saren did not share his counsel with me. I was merely a servant to his cause.
Tell me where the Mu Gate is before I lose my temper.
Of course, Commander. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Knowing the relay's coordinates is not enough. Do you know where he planned to go from there?
Saren wouldn't tell me his destination. But you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should... Oh, you should...
Mother, don't leave. Fight him.
You've always made me proud, Liara. Die.
Yes, more Asari commandos, but at least there's a freaking checkpoint. Alright. Maybe I should just burn Benezia down. I think that was how I usually did this.
This is not over. Saren is...
Arachnited.
You must listen.
So you could...
The key is Sovereign, his flag.
The ship that it...
He sent me here to find the location of the Mu Relay.
Tell me where the...
Knowing the relay's cool.
You have to stop.
Mother!
And I'm on the ground. Come on, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Get out of my way. Oh, that didn't work.
This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is...
I'm gonna say it
I
again.
didn't cooperate with you.
Put the checkpoint
You must listen.
after the conversation.
So you could
I don't
turn-
care what game it is. Every
The
game
key
should do
is
this.
Sovereign, his flag.
There's
The
no
ship-
reason I should have to go through a conversation
sent me here to
every
find the
time I want
location
to
of the
try the
Mu
boss.
Relay. Its position was lost. Thousands.
Tell me where the...
There's absolutely no reason. What is the point in this being a cover-based shooter if the enemies don't use the cover? They just run at you until you die. That's not a cover-based shooter. That's a sitting duck shooter. That's what I'm calling this game from now on. I'm calling it a sitting duck
This
shooter.
is not over. Saren is
The
unstoppable.
Arachni didn't cooperate with...
You must...
So you could...
The key is Sovereign. He sent me here to find the location of... I took the location of the
Knowing...
You have...
Come on, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. This is a bad game. Mass Effect 2 and 3 are amazing. Mass Effect 1 is bad.
This is not over. Sarah.
The Rachni didn't cooperate.
The key is sovereign. He sent me here to find the location. I took the location.
Knowing the
You have to.
Mother!
No, don't run at me. Stay over there. That's how a cover-based shooter works. You stay behind cover. You follow the same rules I follow. Sitting duck shooters are very bad games. Oh, come on. No, not Doom. Oh, Jesus. I got lucky there. I have absolutely no idea why they didn't completely shred my allies like they usually do.
I cannot
Screw
go
you.
on. You will have to stop him, Shepard.
First you turn on the Council, now on Saren. You're not loyal to anything, are you?
I suppose that is how history will know me.
Mother!
Good night, Little Wing. I will see you again with the dawn.
Little Wing, she's a big Hendrix fan.
No light. They always said there would be a...
Are you dead now? How long have I been doing this? Like an hour? God, I absolutely loathe that part of this game.
This one serves as our voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
Who am I speaking to here?
We are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
How are you speaking through her?
Our kind sing through touchings of thought. We pluck the strings, and the other understands. She is weak to urging. She has colors we have no names for. But she is ending. Her music is bittersweet. It is beautiful. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. And their suffering, they cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
I don't understand. Why are
Nice
your children
camera angle.
killing people?
These needlemen, they stole our eggs from us. They sought to turn our children into beasts of war, claws with no songs of their own. Our elders are comfortable with silence. Children know only fear if no one sings to them. Fear has shattered their minds.
I understand. A child left alone in a closet until she is 16 would not be sane.
If you're sure they can't be saved.
It is lamentable, but necessary. Do what you must. Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us?
Yeah.
Are we to fade away
Yeah.
once more?
The Rachni were a threat to the galaxy. Those tanks are filled with acid. If she gets out of hand, they dissolve her.
They made a mistake. They let the Krogan go too far. This is a chance for us to atone. She has done nothing to us.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
See, that's the dilemma here, and I think that Garrus and Liara actually lay it out pretty well, is Garrus wants to punish this individual for the actions of her race, and Liara is saying that you shouldn't punish an individual just because of the race that they are, and I happen to agree with Liara.
If I let you live, would you attack other races again?
No, I do not know what happened in the war. We only heard discordance, songs the color of oily shadows. We would seek a hidden place to teach our children harmony. If they understand, perhaps we would return.
Are you a survivor from the war? A clone?
We do not know. We were only an egg, hearing Mother cry in our dreams. A tone from space hushed one voice after another. It forced the singers to resonate with its own sour yellow note. Then we awoke in this place, the last echo of those who came out from the singing planet. The sky is silent.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
Don't waste it. Now, of course, this decision rests on me trusting that this queen is telling me the truth about her children. Now, because I've played Mass Effect 2 and 3, I know that, yes, she is telling the truth about her children, but if I didn't have that knowledge already, that would be a much harder decision to make, and there have been times in the past, before I've known what happens as a result of the decisions you make here, that I have actually thought that, yeah, killing the queen is the correct decision. God, I got 3 levels up from that fight. Ridiculous. There we go. Now I can get some decent armor put on my guys. Maybe they'll quit falling over dead. I guess I'm not done here yet. I thought I was done. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I remember this now. Yeah, I have to do this still.
Are you here to secure the situation?
How are you holding up?
You must listen to me. If we do not contain our mistake, they will drop bombs from the battle stations. You understand?
You let these things out?
I am only following the orders. Binary Helix found an egg. It was on a derelict ship, thousands of years drifting. This was Rachni's ship. Inside they find many eggs in cryogenic suspension.
A 1,000-year-old egg hatched?
Yes. Very tough to be so long frozen. That it survived the centuries, this is miraculous. Binary Helix planned to clone Rachni, mass-produce them, create an army. But when they get here, they find this egg is not a common Rachni. It is a queen. After she lays eggs, they move her to Rift Station. They are thinking that without her, they can raise the babies to be obedient.
Hold on. Don't you need a male to get eggs?
Queens are born carrying
Yes,
the genetic
Shepard
code of their fathers.
didn't get a very good sex education.
Eggs are carried away from the colony to hatch alone.
Eggs come along just fine. It's getting them fertilized you need the male for.
This is how they spread so quickly.
Separating them from their mother didn't work.
This was exactly the wrong thing to do. I am thinking that without a queen, Rachni do not develop properly. Her mind is shaping theirs. These Rachni are uncontrollable.
Then all we need to do is bring her here.
No, I am sorry, but this will not work. These Rachni are beyond saving. It is a sad thing, but they must be euthanized. I am thinking that the neutron purge must be set off.
I'm not familiar with the purge system.
It creates bursts of neutron radiation, kills everything within the station. Things beyond get genetic damage of varying degree.
I don't have time for this. If the matriarch isn't here, we're leaving.
I do not want so much to be here myself. But the Mira system, she will not let you leave. Is fail-safe, you understand? You leave without arranging to eliminate Rachni, maybe they spread.
Connecting. I have full access to the facility and am at your disposal.
How many Rachni are in here?
I'm sorry. The sensor network is too damaged to provide an accurate count.
Give me your best guess.
Guessing is beyond my design parameters, Commander.
Are there any survivors in here?
Lady Benezia, an executive secretary of Binary Helix, is on the
No, she
operations
ain't.
deck. There are no other living crew members within the lab structure.
I need information on the neutron purge.
The neutron purge is a fail-safe system installed within the isolation tube area. In the event of irretrievable containment loss, it is used to resolve the situation.
What exactly does this thing do?
The purge is a neutron burst weapon. 2 volumes of fissionable materials are brought together to form a critical mass. Most of the energy is released in the form of high-speed neutrons. This radiation is instantly lethal to any known form of life within 500 meters.
We would be wise to avoid touching any controls without reading the instructions.
That is advisable for all systems within this facility.
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Who would have the code?
Director of Operations Yaroslav Tartakovsky, or any executive officer of Binary Helix.
We're moving on.
Logging you out, Commander.
I am feeling not so well.
How do we set off the purge?
Arming controls are nearby. All you do is insert the key. Then I will give Mira destruct.
And he's in the floor now. Okay. There we go.
Online. How can I help you?
Activate the neutron purge.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that without proper code authorization.
Code input 875020079. Code Omega local execution.
Verified. Code Omega execution in 120 seconds.
Oh, we should get the hell out of here then. Oh. Bye. Can I leave now? Okay.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu Relay?
The Mu Relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The Commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the Commander resign when I wasn't looking?
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
Look, this is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Is this report accurate, Commander? You found Rachni on Novaria?
And then released the Queen. Do you have any idea what you've done? How many generations until they overrun the galaxy?
This Queen is different. She understands why her kind had to be wiped out last time around.
I hope you're right,
I'm
Shepard.
right.
My children's children will pay the price if you're not.
We'll be waiting for your next report, Commander.
Believe me, the Rachni are going to be the least of your problems in one generation.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Boy, am I glad to be off of Novaria. I don't know which was worse, the cold or the corporations. One will freeze your balls off, the other will sell them out from under you. With all due respect, Commander.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you?
I can see where the... You want me? Top of my class in flight?
What are you talking?
Put the Normandy in my hand.
I have to go.
All right, see ya.
Do you have some time to talk now, Commander?
Of course. Have a seat.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
That's not the appropriate way to address your commanding officer, Lieutenant.
Sorry, ma'am. Maybe I got a bad signal. And if you're a... maybe there's someone else you'd rather confide in. Ma'am.
All right, Alenko. Off the record, permission to speak candidly, cross my heart and hope to die. What are you talking about?
Dr. Tassoni, ma'am. There's a lower deck rumor that she's, interested in you as more than a source of Prothean data. She's a very interesting lady. To my, tastes, but, I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
You seem awfully worried about my personal affairs.
It's just that we don't have much downtime these days. I like being around you, but I don't want to take up your personal time.
Look, there's nothing between Liara and me. What's the real issue here, Kaidan?
You're right. Sorry. It wasn't, Liara's not my main concern. I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
Talk to me, Kaidan. You got a little black rain cloud sitting over your head.
I'll try to keep the deck dry. You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified, because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and Ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Get your knuckles rapped a few times, Lieutenant?
Yeah, you could say that. Our instructor was a Turian by the name of Commander Vernus. To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. A few died. The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32, Shepard. You don't serve as long as I have without coming to terms with yourself. You also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
Special, huh?
If I'm out of line, just say the word.
You're not out of line, Kaidan. But there are regs.
I get you, Shepard. I don't make a habit of complicating the chain of command. just think about what I said.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Killing Saren's, what was Benezia anyway? Second in command? Advisor? Anyway, it should set him back a bit. I'm sure Dr. Tassoni's hurting, though. Poor kid. Having to kill her own mom.
Any opinion on the Rachni?
Off the record, if we had the option, I'd as soon have left it to the Council. We weren't out here during the Rachni War. I'm not sure we have any business getting involved.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
We'll talk later, Caden.
I'd like that.
Yes, I'm going along the Caden romance, but then I'm going to kill him on whatever that last mission is called, because I think that will be dramatic.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you. She was your mother.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be, before she was corrupted by Sovereign's power.
The best of your mother lives on in you. Her determination, her intelligence, her strength.
That is kind of you to say. I appreciate your concern, but I am fine. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end, Shepard.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously.
Oh, thanks.
Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
Yeah.
We don't have the luxury of time. And Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I don't care what the rest of the galaxy thinks about us.
But you should. The Council made you a Spectre because of what they saw in you. You are special, Commander. You represent the best of what humanity can offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did during the Blitz. It was a remarkable display of courage and heroism.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize.
She didn't go behind your back.
After our last
she
conversation,
Googled you.
I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
You're interested in me because of my visions. You just want to know more about the Protheans.
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
My relationships are none of your business.
I apologize, Commander. I did not mean to pry. I thought there was a mutual attraction between us. Obviously, I do not know as much about human relationships as I thought.
I'm not interested in you in that way, Liara.
This is very embarrassing for me, Commander. Please, let's talk about something else.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Bye-bye. Awkward. Why that has to be an elevator ride to go down to this very small area at the bottom of the ship, I do not know. But there it is.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Theron's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself.
Yeah, she will.
Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
That must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Nonchalance of that. Oh, there was a disease that killed a bunch of people. Killed my mother too. Yeah. Just how casually she's able to take that is both admirable and kind of concerning.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with, and he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously, even when he was around.
He always seemed a bit distant, like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
See you later.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for 1 generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes, a meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was, until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
You must have family other than your father. Don't you miss them?
You trying to make me cry, Shepard? I've got some unfinished business with my family, but that's all.
What kind of business?
Before I left, I made an oath to my father's father. I swore to recover my family's battle armor. It was taken from him after the uprising.
What's so important about this armor?
It's a relic. Useless, really. But it was worn by 5 generations of my family before the war. It's rightfully mine. Originally, it was taken by the Turian military. We weren't allowed armor or weapons after the war. Now, it's in the hands of Ton Actus, a Turian scum who collects relics from the war. He's made millions selling Krogan artifacts that were stolen from my people. He's got several bases where he stores his goods, all fortified and guarded. I just don't know which base has my family's armor.
Just tell me where to start looking.
I'll upload the data to your nav system. But Commander, I want to be there when you find him.
So long, Rex.
Yeah, and this is the start of Rex's loyalty mission, which they don't call them loyalty missions, but they function in pretty much the same way as the loyalty missions in Mass Effect 2 work.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous, Commander. They proved that 2,000 years ago. I think it was a mistake to let them go. But that wasn't my call to make. It was yours. If you haven't talked to Dr. Tassoni, you probably should. She just lost her mom. That has to hurt. Just saying, Commander.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the Lieutenant, Chief?
No, ma'am. And anyway, Scuttlebutt says he's already sweet on someone. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I made Chief. First thing he did was salute.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over. Same as you, I expect. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
That's right.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic.
There's a
walk in the
reason
woods,
people don't
'cause
like
they
Ashley.
figured it
That's
was
one of
past
them.
time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Ashley there just say that you shouldn't come on to women, but if you don't come on to women, you think they're ugly? Yes. What? Ashley, Jesus.
Why didn't you tell the police?
She said it wouldn't solve the real problem, and she and Mike would both become household names. It was a small colony. I said it was her call to make, that we should let her do it her way. Mom was pretty pissed about that.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into. They do great things to her figure, though.
So, what did you learn?
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand to hand.
You traveled all the way home to walk your sister to school.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. It's not like I was going to Earth or something. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he fell. She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known. Cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff. Just don't spread it around. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time
Oops.
I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now. That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
You start preaching in the CIC, we'll have a problem.
Commander, I'm not some kind of zealot. I believe in God. What everyone else believes is their business. I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Salarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out of it.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation, to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatening? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up, and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs. But they wouldn't listen.
It's not worth the risk. You pursue the vessel and disable it. That's the best choice.
They sent the military after him, but he got away just the same. Yes, they did. I went to Palin and told him what I thought of him and his policies. He said if I didn't like it, I could quit. Well, I almost did. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Yeah, sure, no problem. And that's the second loyalty mission. That's Garrus's. Rex's loyalty mission is the only one that actually counts for anything, because you can save him from a situation later on Vermeer, I think the planet's name is. But you can do Garrus's, you can do Tally's loyalty missions, and they'll talk about it in Mass Effect 2, but that's about the only effect it really has. Okay. I'm going to take a short break, then I will return.